Welcome to the Two Brain Business YouTube channel. I am Jay Cohen, owner of Locomotion Fitness in Charleston, South Carolina. I am a Two Brain Business client, and it is my job to teach you all the awesome stuff that I use from Two Brain to turn my business into an incredible asset that serves my life. If you want to know more about that, make sure you like, subscribe, and click that notifications bell. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to roll out specialty programs at your gym. And these are things that could be one-off, it could be a series, or it could be an ongoing class type that you want to do in addition to just your regular offerings, right? So at my gym, we've got boot camp classes, CrossFit classes, yoga classes, and cycle classes. But occasionally there's things we want to do outside of that realm. Maybe it's a barbell club. Maybe we want to do a series about nutrition. Perhaps it's a kettlebell course or a running series. All of those are great ideas if it's serving your market and it's going to help your coaches and your members. So I want to talk to you about how we roll out those things, and starting with how the heck do we decide what we're even going to do. So in order to choose those specialty programs, because it's important we don't get scattered too wide. This was a mistake that I made personally. If you look back at some of the videos I made in the past, you'll hear me say that I eliminated specialty almost across the board. And it took us from 35K per month to 50K per month when I did that, because we were able to hyper focus on the important things that were driving revenue in our business. However, there are times where you have members knocking on your door looking for something else, something extra. Or maybe a coach comes to you and says, hey, I'm really passionate about this thing. Can you help me get it off the ground? And that's your job, to create opportunities for your staff to be able to make this a full-time career and a successful one. So a couple ways that we do this. Number one way is goal reviews. So we do goal reviews every 3 months with our clients. We actually call them athlete check-ins in my gym, where we're sitting down and talking about how has their training been, how has their nutrition been, what's going on in their life. And the one key question that we ask as it pertains to specialty is there anything that we, Locomotion Fitness, are not currently offering that you wish we were? What are we not doing that you wish we had? And we ask everyone that question. And when enough people say the same thing, hey, I wish that you guys had a class that focused specifically on strength development, guess what? I'm putting together a class, a course, a series that focuses on just that. So that's way number one. Number two, talk to your coaches. Your coaches are going to be passionate about different components. One maybe has a passion about kettlebells, another with running. And if that passion is strong enough and they want to share the love of the thing that's important to them, they'll want to put together something to share with the members of your gym. And that is an excellent opportunity for you and for the members, because it's their passion. They're going to deliver on it because they love it. They want to share the joy of that they know from this thing. So that's another really big way that we decide what we're going to do for specialty courses. Lastly, you need to check in on your vision. What do you see happening at your gym? What is important to you? Do you want to teach people like me to meditate and to do breath work? That's a great series that people would sign up for. That delivers a lot of value. Do you want to make people stronger? What are the things that are important to you? Because ultimately, this is your baby, and you are responsible for putting things together, delivering value in line with your mission, vision, and values. So use those tools to decide what to do. Then the next step is, how do we structure this? What might it look like? How much work do you need to do? How much goes on the coach delivering the service? All of this we need to think about in advance, so it doesn't come time to deliver and then all of a sudden nobody knows who's doing what, and it's a giant train wreck. The coach doesn't think that they got compensated fairly. They didn't realize the stuff that they were supposed to do, it didn't get done, and you only have one person sign up for the course. So we need to lay all this stuff out in advance. The place that I would start is, what are you responsible for as the owner, and what do you want to make your coach responsible for? At our gym, we use the 4/9 model. And that means that I, as the gym owner, am responsible for basically providing an audience, right? I did a ton of work to get a bunch of members into my gym. I've got 275 members. That's 275 people that this coach has the ability to talk to without having to drum up anyone, without having to go anywhere. That's your job. That's what you need to do. It's the coach's job to put together the program, to do the marketing, to create the assets, right? All of that stuff, all the behind the scenes work that stops gym owners from doing things like this because they feel overwhelmed and they're never gonna be able to get it all done, and the regular stuff that they have to do on top of that, all of that goes to the coach. Empower your employees, empower your staff to help you grow and build an amazing brand and help your members. On the scheduling front, really what I look for is slow classes. So we've got a 4-week powerlifting series that's coming up starting on Monday. We normally have a 6:45 p.m. CrossFit class on Monday nights and Wednesday nights. I cap classes at 14 usually. My attendance there has been more like 7 or 8. So what I elected to do, because I have a relatively big gym floor, about 5,000 square feet, is I took that normal 14-person cap at that 6:45 CrossFit class and I made it a 10-person cap. And then I also created this powerlifting series, and it too has a 10-person cap. So now I'm better able to utilize a slow class time at the gym. I have 2 things going on at one time, and everyone benefits, coaches, members, and myself, from a more utilized gym space. As far as pay goes, I, again, use 4/9. So the way that we pay out on this is 44% of gross revenue goes to the coach delivering the service. I would recommend not using the percentage, right? Don't tell them 44%, but instead what you can say is, if you get 10 people to register for this series, you'll be paid $500. You're coaching 8 hours. That works out to, $70, $65 per coached hour. You're gonna see eyes light up, right? I pay $30 per group class. That's more than double what they're making. Of course they're gonna wanna do that, even with all that behind the scenes work. All right, so we have identified a desire, a need from your clients. We have sat down and talked with a coach who wants to deliver this service. Now it's time to test the idea. Before we go full bore and build this giant thing with a ton of time, energy, and effort, let's shoot some bullets before we throw cannonballs. And there's a few ways to do this. Number one is I want you to talk to your seed clients. Seed clients, you can look through Two Brain stuff, but the basic breakdown here is make 2 lists. Number 1, people that you like the most. Number 2, people that pay you the most. The people that are on both of those lists are your seed clients. And we're gonna go and talk to them and say, hey, Joe, I'm thinking about launching this powerlifting series. Would that be something that you think would be cool? Right? Because those are the people that you want more of. You want to replicate, and so you want to make them happy. They're the ones that need to buy in and need to be excited. So have those conversations with 3, 4, 5 seed clients and see, are you on the right track here? Maybe they're not interested in it and they might tell you, hey, I'd rather this other thing. Next, I want you to go and talk to your team. Talk to the people that you have on staff, because they are there to help you make decisions. As gym owners, I see so many people on an island. They don't go to their coaches for help because it's not their job. But your coaches are invested in your business. They care. Go to them. They're gonna be more than happy to tell you whether they think it's a good idea or a bad idea, and broaden your perspective. It's always good to have outside perspective when you're making decisions. So go and talk to your team and see what they think. Not just the coach that's delivering, but everyone. Get some input, get some feedback. It's gonna help a ton in deciding whether to move forward or not. The last thing is possibly think about running like a one-off event in this realm. So I could do a 2-hour powerlifting day where we just go into the squat, the deadlift, and the bench press and touch on basic fundamentals for each of those things. And it's like a 2-hour thing. Maybe we charge $40 for it, and it's not very, doesn't require a lot to put it together. It's not a high barrier to entry for your members, and that'll give you a slight gauge on whether it's a good idea or not. Now, you don't have to do this by any means. We've run plenty of these without testing a specific 2-hour day or 1-hour class. So know that it's not required, but if you're still really unsure, if you're wishy-washy, that might be a good way to flesh out whether or not this is something we want to move forward on. Next up, we've decided we're moving forward, and now it's time to roll out this process. And for us, we've got a 6-week plan that we use here. So make sure that you are not last minute. I'm telling you right now, if you're trying to put this together 2 weeks before it goes, it is going to fail. That is not enough time. It's not enough notice for your members. It's not enough time to create marketing assets. It takes repetition and getting in front of people over and over again for them to take action. And we need a long timeline for that. So 6 weeks out, all we're gonna do is some of the admin stuff. So in your member management software, creating the membership, the classes, if you need to add anything to your website, if you need to create a funnel, getting with your ops manager and talking through any scheduling processes that might need to change. At 5 weeks out, we're gonna check in on the progress for the coach delivering the service. Remember, it is your job to mentor and guide and manage, and part of that is making sure that people are staying on track. They're not always going to come to you. So you need to go to them and give them a little push. Not everyone is an entrepreneur. Not everyone has your mindset. So we need to make sure that we are managing people appropriately. Also, you'll help them make any necessary changes and then help them start to create some content that you're going to use for content marketing to help grow and build the specialty program that's being launched. At the 4-week mark, we're gonna get the rest of the staff on board. So not just you and the person delivering, but now we're calling a team meeting and we're gonna tell everyone the details. Who it's for, why we're doing it, what it's going to help with, how they're to talk to members about it, how can people sign up. Sales for this kind of stuff happen on the gym floor. So your team needs to know the details. They need to know how to answer questions, what language we're using, who this would be good for so they can have one-on-one conversations before or after class with those people to get them registered. Also, 4 weeks out, get those save the dates out. Save the dates, just a real quick post, maybe an email. Hey guys, this thing's coming up. Get excited about it. If it interests you, maybe block off some time in your calendar. 3 weeks out, we're going to shift our focus for content marketing. So a large part of what goes out the door is going to answer questions around the specific specialty that is coming up. So again, powerlifting coming up. I did a video yesterday on the benefits of strength training, on how it's not going to make you big and bulky, on why strength training is so important for improving your cardiovascular endurance. And I've got another piece coming out about training cycles, why we do strength training in cycles and why it's important to be consistent. So putting out these pieces that drive registrations for the course that you are putting together. The other big thing that we want to happen at the 3-week mark is get your assets for delivery together and in one place. So all of your programming needs to be done. If you're giving homework to people, all of the actual operational side should be done, or at least given to you from your staff members so that you can review, you can help them, and we can make any changes. One valuable piece of advice that we got from Jocko Willink at the Two Brain Business Summit was this: if they're 80 or 90% of what you wanted, just let it ride, let it go. It's going to be good enough, but for you, but for them, it is now their idea. They own it, they create it, and they're gonna be a lot more bought in. So try not to be nitpicky with that last little bit to get it exactly perfect. I believe that it's a bigger deal that your staff member is bought in. All right, now we're at the 2-week mark. We wanna make sure that we are having one-on-one conversations with people that you've identified in your membership that have this goal. So anyone that has told me they want to get stronger, we are having one-on-one conversations with them. Hey, did you know that we have this powerlifting course coming up? This is how it's going to help insert their specific problem, right? And talk through, hey, this is gonna improve your mobility for your squat, which is gonna make you way stronger. Talk through, hey, I know that your upper body strength is really what you're trying to get better at right now, and doing pressing 2 times a week is going to be huge for making that happen. Those one-on-one conversations are where you will sell. Do not just talk to the masses. You also need to talk to the masses, but talking to Billy directly by name before or after class is the most powerful asset that you have to sell these things out. Next up, we are going to email our list, our entire list. Make sure that they have the details, they know what's coming, registration link with 1 click in that email to get them to sign up. Finally, if you don't feel great about the number of signups you have at the 2-week mark, think about doing a trial event. My personal belief, I still like to charge something for these because I don't want people to not see the value because I'm doing it for free. It can be cheap, but charging something, and that way people that are interested but they're not sure what they're getting into, or they might not know if they're gonna like it, can come in and test the waters a little bit. Again, you don't have to do this, just if you're not feeling great. Now, if you do something like that, make sure that you capture as much content as is possible. Have somebody there with their phone out, taking content, taking video, taking pictures, interviewing members, because you can use all of that for your last big marketing push over those last 2 weeks. 1 week out now, we are going to create urgency and hype. Hey guys, last chance to register. Oh my gosh, did you see 20 people have registered so far? You don't want to miss out. This is going to be incredible. You guys are going to set PRs like crazy when we get back and do a CrossFit Total. Create as much buzz and hype as you can. So we had a successful rollout, and now we are at the end of our series, but you are not done yet. We need to make sure that we're capturing as much data as we can from this. So we need to sit down and figure out what went well and what didn't go well. And all that is talking to the people that took that class, course, or series. Hey, can you tell me 1 or 2 things that went really well, stuff that you really liked from this series? And then when they're done, cool, can you tell me something that you didn't like, something that you would like to see different next time? That way you know where you hit the mark and where you missed, and you can improve moving forward. Another thing is making sure throughout the series and at the end that you are capturing content, so that when you want to do this again, you have all of these assets and you can just pull from the pictures, the videos that you already have, and it's going to make it very clear for those that want to do it next time. The other big piece is capturing those client success stories. Hey, did you know Tim did this and he added 25 pounds to his back squat over this 4-week powerlifting series? Having those client success stories are so powerful because that is the reason people are going to sign up. They want the outcome. They don't necessarily want to do the work to get there. So capture the outcome, show them what is possible. The other thing is talking to your coach, figuring out what worked and what didn't work on their end. Would they have changed the programming? Would they have changed the structure? Maybe instead of twice a week, it needs to be once a week. But just sitting down and doing a debrief to try and pull all of that information out so that you don't have to rebuild the wheel the next time you want to do this. And that is the final step. is we're gonna iterate, we're gonna make all the changes that we need to make from the feedback that we got from running that course, and then we will relaunch when the time is right. And how do you know when the time is right? When people start talking about it again. So when you have enough people, again, that are coming to those goal reviews that are saying, hey, I'm interested in strength, I feel like I'm not getting stronger, let's launch it again. Except this time you don't have to build it from scratch. And it gets so much easier each time that you do that. All right, that is how we identify, roll out, launch, evaluate our specialty programs, classes, courses, clinics. I hope you found that useful. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. Again, hit that notifications bell, like, subscribe. This is Two Brain Business. I am Jay Cohen. I hope that you are able to build your gym into something that fills you up and drives your passion and success in life. See you soon.